You are a powerful woman. Even though you've seen your share of setbacks, challenges, failures, and disappointments, you've overcome them all. And that's because you have a purpose. Your path to success was set long before you were even born. There is a high calling on your life that is unfolding right now. So if you've ever been held back by fear, lack, negativity, insecurity, or discouragement, you are in the right place. Get excited, because you are coming into full alignment with your purpose, and your profits will follow. The answers you've been seeking are revealing themselves to you now. This is your season. You've paid your dues. Now it's time for you to be paid back. You are worthy of a life free of struggle. You are worthy of a supportive community. You deserve a life filled with freedom, satisfaction, and happiness. This is your divine appointment. And because you showed up, your overflow is about to be unleashed. Are you ready? Let's go. Hey everybody, welcome to day 3 of the Dream Big Jam. My name is Monique Caradine. I'm so glad that you guys are here. We are live right now on Facebook, on YouTube, on Periscope /Twitter, and this is day 3. I am super excited. For those of you who have been here with me for this entire 3 days, kudos to you, because I believe that you are already experiencing a breakthrough. And that is exactly what my intention was, to be here for 3 days to serve you, to guide you into the next step of your dreams. So today is very exciting because I have some very special guests that will be joining me soon. But before we get to all that, of course, those of you who don't know me, let me take just 15 seconds to introduce myself. I am Monique Caradine Kitchens. I am the Overflow Coach, and it is my job to help women just like you harness their dreams and monetize their passion and their brilliance so that you can make money while you sleep. Yes, how would that feel for you to make money while you sleep? For you to literally hear the cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching on your phone while you're sleeping. It happened to me just the other night, and I want every single one of you watching to experience the exact same thing. So that is what I do. And again, that's my marketing and branding title. But in my spirit and in my soul, I am a teacher. I am a servant. I am a midwife of dreams. And I love to work with women who have a big dream, who have a big vision and a message to help you bring that into reality. So we've been here for 3 days, and let's just do a quick overview right quick. If you have homework, hopefully you've done the homework, because if you did, I got some goodies for you. So day 1, we talked about how to reconnect to your big, crazy dreams, that dream that's been inside of you for a long time. And maybe, because life gets in the way, or because COVID-19 got in the way, your dream was deferred, or your dream was interrupted, or, something happened to disconnect you from your dream. We talked about how to reconnect and plug back into that dream. And we gave you some specific steps on how to do that. And then on day 2, and also on day 1, this is important. I want to make sure I say this. On day 1, we talked about the importance and the value of your dream, and how important it is for you to respect, protect, and direct your dream, right? Respect, protect, and direct your dream. That is extremely important. So I want to see you in chat. I want to see some of your breakthroughs in chat. So go ahead and leave a message there. On day 2, we talked about how to destroy the obstacles that are standing in the way of your dreams, how to literally take away every excuse, every piece of fear, low self-worth, disbelief, how to eliminate any type of obstacle, real or perceived, that may be standing between you and your dreams. And again, I want to invite you to weigh in the comment section, to share some of your breakthroughs, share your homework assignment if you did that. And then on today, ladies, we're going to talk about how to get into action around your dream and literally how to take the next step. And today is where you will have a chance to take a peek at what actually happens in real life, in real time, when you step into your dream, because I'm going to introduce to you, present to some, and introduce to others some amazing ladies who are my sisters and my friends and people that I've had the privilege of working with over these past years. Okay, so I'm excited to do that. Drop your name in chat. Tell me where you are. Tell me where you're listening from. Tell me what your name is. Did you do the homework assignment last night? Yesterday, we gave the homework assignment. I can't remember exactly what it was, Erica, but I think we told people, we told people to, I know we told them to explain what word they're going to eliminate from their vocabulary, because sometimes your words, yes, thank you, Erica. Sometimes the words that you speak could be the very thing that's keeping you from realizing your dream, right? So we talked about managing your words. So what is the word that you need to eliminate from your vocabulary so that you can start realizing your dreams? I want to see what you have to say in the comments. And also, I encouraged you and invited you to celebrate your accomplishments, because as visionary women, sometimes we just don't celebrate ourselves the way that we should, right? And I believe that you have proof. You need to show yourself your own receipts, because you have proven time and time again that you can do things that others may see as impossible. You have everything that it takes to achieve the impossible. So go ahead and leave those names in comments, and Erica, you'll pull up those ones that are relevant for this conversation. I cannot wait to see you. If you did the homework, I want to send you a free copy of the book, How to Embrace Your Inner Millionaire. And we are soon going to have more of these back in stock. And I want to send you one of these as well. All right. All right. So leave your comments in the chat. Thank you so much again for being here. And now is the moment that I have absolutely been waiting for. I want to show you what it looks like live and in person. I want to show you what it looks like when you step into your dream, because I am going to introduce you to several women that I've teamed up with over the years who have done just that. I wish I had a drum roll or some intro music or something, because these ladies are amazing. Each one of them have touched my life in some way, shape, or form. And no matter what capacity we have worked together in over the years, some way, somehow, this community, we established such strong ties that we maintain those connections. And we've been connected for many, many years. So the very first wonderful, amazing human being I want to introduce you to today, and I want y'all to give her a big round of applause, high five, raise it up for Elle Davis. Elle is a teacher. She is a writer. She is a counselor. This amazing woman, I remember her from way back in her days at the Boys and Girls Club of Chicago. Such an incredible visionary. And she invited me to speak to a group of employees there many years ago. And over the years, she has taken workshop after workshop, course after course after course. And after several masterminds and groups with me, she went on to become a certified overflow coach. Y'all give it up for the one, the only, Elle Davis. Woo! Hey, there she is. Hey, Elle Davis.
Good morning.
Good morning. morning. Welcome to the Dream Big Jam. And now I'm ready to bring on our other sister. She is also amazing. Let me introduce you to Lakeisha Gray Sewell. Come on now. Lakeisha Gray Sewell, yet another visionary. She is the founder of the Girls Like Me Project Incorporated, and she is also a certified overflow coach. This woman is amazing. She is an advocate for girls in urban areas. She's an advocate for girls all over the world. She is a speaker. She is a trainer. She is a media consultant. She is also a certified overflow coach. Y'all give it up one time for Lakeisha Gray Sewell. Woo! Come on in here, Lakeisha Gray Sewell. Hey, girl. Hey. Y'all looking all beautiful up in here. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
All right. Let's keep it moving here. Let me introduce you to this next lady. This one here always somehow finds a way to make me cry. I don't know what it is about her. Let me introduce you to Priscilla Q. Williams, y'all. Come on, give it up for Priscilla. Priscilla is a nurse. She is an author. She is a speaker. She is an advocate. She is also a certified overflow coach, and she has been in this community really since day one. She and Lakeisha were part of the original mastermind that I did many years ago. Come on, y'all, let's give it up for Priscilla Q. Williams. This is what it looks like, y'all. This is what it looks like when you step into your dreams, because I've watched each and every one of them step into their dreams and step into their next level. Hey, Priscilla.
Hey Mo. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. Now, the next person I want to introduce you to is my friend of over 30 years. She is a master interior designer. Y'all know her as Iris Connor. She is not only a master interior designer, she is a creative soul at the very, very highest level.
Yes.
And this woman is talented. So her name is Iris Connor. Come on, let's put a picture up there for Iris Connor and bring her in. Hey, Iris! Hey, babe!
Hi.
Hi, welcome. Good morning. This is what it looks like, y'all, when you step into your dreams. And last but not least, this woman right here is the woman behind the scenes. She's making sure everything happens. She has been my friend also for over 30 years. Her and Iris, we went to high school together, and we have been in this community at one level or another, learning from each other, supporting one another, giving each other accountability. Y'all, please give it up one time for Erica Bell.
Baby.
Here we are. Now, ladies, first of all, let me tell you that I love you guys. And I thank you guys so much for not only your friendship and your sisterhood, but for also allowing me to be a part of your amazing journeys. It has been one of the biggest and greatest gifts and blessings of my life. So thank you.
Thank you.
So
don't make me cry.
Listen,
I know.
Already. Don't start, Lakeisha. Don't start. It's too early.
It's too early for that. I think it's probably going to be at least a little bit of tears flowing, but that's okay, because you know, when you look back at the things that we've all been able to do over the years, where we were versus where we are now. I mean, wow, right? What a blessing, you know? And I think back to Lakeisha and Priscilla and Iris, who were there for the very, very, very first mastermind. And again, me and Iris just being there for 30 years as the closest of friends. And we started this mastermind thing, and we have just, oh man, I mean, we have just achieved so much. There have been challenges too, right? But we've achieved so much over the years. So I just wanted to have you guys come on and tell people about some of the things that you were struggling with before we started working together. And then, you know, what were some of the breakthroughs or takeaways that you had as a result of our work together? Lakeisha, I want to start with you.
Yeah. So when I saw that question, Mo, first I have to just say, you were my mentor already, in radio. And so you had this mastermind, and I had goals. I didn't even realize I was struggling with anything. I just had some goals. I knew you were doing your thing, so I wanted to be a part of something that could help me reach those goals. Had no idea there was any struggle. But through the modules and the trainings and all the work we did, I realized that there was a lot of blockages in my mindset that had me, even my goals were set so low based on those blockages.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest struggle that I realized. I was struggling, recognizing I was struggling, and really accepting that struggle was so normalized, right? That was how life was supposed to be, that, things were just hard and you had to overcome. Completely opened my eyes after being a
Yeah.
part of BFF is what it was called.
That's
Bold, fearless, and fabulous. Yes. The BFF mastermind.
Yes, yes, yes. So I saw you shaking your head, Elle, when Lakeisha was talking about the mindset shift. So talk a little bit about some of the things that happened for you as a result of being in an accountability group that looks like this, filled with such amazing women.
So really, the first thing that comes to mind for me is the first overflow retreat.
Mm.
And I say that because it was right after, for me, it was fresh. It was right after my husband passed unexpectedly. And one of the things I had wanted to do was hold a space for wives. And so here I am with this new title inherited of widow. And I was like, well, I can't work with wives. And you said, of course you can. Like, you were still a wife. You may be a widow now, unexpectedly, but you were a wife. And so you have something to offer wives. And you were like, girl, get some wine and cheese around your dining room table and call the women over.
Right.
And I was like, oh, but I wanted a retreat. You was like, that is the retreat. Like, get your wine and cheese, bring those women to your living room and have it and start it. And so for me, that was a mindset shift, right? Like, so often we think it has to be so big. We think we have to like get all of the right software and get all of the right, tools. And you told me to do that. I did that for a year. I had women come to my living room, sit around my dining room table with wine, cheese, and other hors d'oeuvres. And we had rich conversation that then led to the retreat. So I still was able to do the retreat, but it was after the fact of just starting small. So sometimes we gotta do that. We gotta make sure.
Exactly. And because you had the courage, first of all, you got a different perspective because it was me, it was other people in the accountability group that said, yeah, this is totally possible. You stepped into that and you not only up leveled your message and your brand, but look at the people that you helped. And it's not even about branding and messaging and all this, marketing stuff. This is human. This is real life. This is you using your life and this incredible experience, this loss that you endured, right? And using that, I feel it happening. I feel it happening.
Yeah.
but really using that to help other people in the way that you have. And that's what's so powerful about stepping into your dream, which is really stepping into your calling and stepping into your purpose. This is what we are here. Our spirits came to this earth, Iris,
Yes.
for a very specific reason. And all the things that keep us from stepping into that, that's what we're here today for. Knock all those barriers down, right, Iris? So
That's
that
right.
you can do what your soul came here to do. So Iris, why don't you
Don't
share?
despise small beginnings. I just want to say, don't despise small beginnings.
That's
Does
really,
not have to start huge, but it can start small.
that's right. Iris, go ahead and weigh in. What's been some of your takeaways? I mean, we always talk, right?
Yes.
you
And I was gonna say, I have the privilege of having the connection to you to get all of those things that you give to all the women, all that you come in contact with. But I have been one that has been like not really taking advantage of that connection with you. The moment that I start really doing some of those things that you have been saying and saying and saying, the moment that happened, Monique, when I tell you, yeah. So all the retreats, all of the events, I had the privilege of being connected to all of that. I do recognize that it was not my season, but once I started to implement some of those things that you had been telling me and telling me and telling me, the shift was absolutely unbelievable.
And now, Iris, you're experiencing such a level of growth and
Yeah.
expansion that you went from like here to like you're trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to literally serve all of the clients
Right.
that are on my phone texting me like,
Right.
Iris, can you come do such and such?
Right.
It's happening. And
Yes.
it's been and you have always not only had my support, but you can call Priscilla, you can call Lakeisha, you can call Erica, you can call Elle, like
Right.
it's having that support, that inner circle. So that is powerful. Once again, if you guys are just joining us, my name is Monique Caradine Kitchens. This is day 3 of the Dream Big Jam. And what we're doing right here is we are showing you some of the women that have stepped into their dream, that we're all friends and sisters. Like that's, that's just a given. But we work together at some point. All these women have invested in themselves through the work that I am privileged to do. They've literally invested in their dreams through me, not in me, but through me, to be a part of masterminds and coaching programs and private coaching to help unleash their dreams. So Erica, now it's your turn, because I know I want to get to you because Erica's role is critical, because Erica is a support professional. That's the short name that I give it, Erica. But you are the one that's behind the scenes, right? Right, Iris?
Yes.
As a visionary, we all need an Erica.
Yes.
So, right?
You do.
Must have an Erica
You do.
in your life, right, Iris?
Yes.
Erica needs Erica.
So Erica, talk a little bit about what you were struggling with at a certain point and what the breakthrough was for you after being in a mastermind and some of our work together.
Yeah, when I did the mastermind group, that was like my first step into the whole world of coaching. And I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 years after that I decided on my birthday, I think it was 2013, May 4th.
That's right.
I signed up for a half-day VIP session with Monique. And that was my birthday gift to myself that year. And by the fall of the next year, I had told the doctor's office where I was working, I'll see you guys later. And I went just all in doing this work as a virtual professional. I had been kind of doing it on the side, you know how you have to take a little gig here and there, but I was all in after that session. And I can truly tell you, ladies, truly, until Iris came and did my office this year, the signs, the little sticky note sheets that you do with Monique when you do the work with her, they were on my wall in here.
Still got those notes that we
and I still have those signs that we did, but we mapped out key things for my business, which I still use today. So I want to say to you that the VIP day was great, because sometimes you may be at a certain level and you may not need a group session, but you need more direct training or something like that. It was phenomenal for me. And it was one of those things, I even put it up in my office. And even though there were days where I was uncertain, things weren't going, they were reminders to me to keep going. Don't stop going. And there were other nuggets through the training, the masterminds, as well as the VIP day, where I still use those things today. I have the calendar. You know how she takes the desk calendar and you put the sticky notes on there? They are literally on my wall. It's the fourth quarter of 2020 is on my wall right here, ladies.
Wow.
My notes up there. You know, if you have a digital calendar, that helps me to see the picture of certain things. And so there's a lot of nuggets that you will get. And I think there's things that you will get that you don't even expect to get.
Right.
You come in with certain expectations and you get so much more. And
Yeah.
so I'm thankful to be connected to all of you and to be able to support. And I'm just happy to be on the call today. Yay.
Yes. Thank you so much, Erica. And thank you for helping with the support of this particular event. Erica's been right there with me for the entire 3 days of the Dream Big Jam, making sure everything is running smoothly behind the scenes. So I really appreciate and value the work that you do. Every visionary needs a coach and a support professional, ladies. Write that down in chat. Somebody write it down. Put something in the comments so I can see that y'all are here, y'all watching, and y'all listening. And it's just weigh in if there's anything that you have, any breakthroughs that you guys have had from being in accountability groups or being in a mastermind or working with a coach, or any questions that you have for any of these ladies. They're here for the next few minutes and we can take some questions too. This is day 3 of the Dream Big Jam. And I need to go to Priscilla right now because Priscilla is a person that I met at a difficult time in her life, and God brought us together, and we've been working together over the years. And I went from being Priscilla's coach and mentor and teacher to her at stages throughout my life. And this is really with all of them helping me get through challenges. I mean, it's a powerful, powerful connection, a powerful experience that happens when you come into a mastermind group, especially in a community like this where we go beyond just business to business types of relationships, and they become intimate, very personal relationships. I mean, intimate in terms of like, you know, we really care about each other. Like we care about each other, our well-being, each other's families. And that's what happens in this community that I've been so blessed to create. So Priscilla, talk a little bit about when we met and what you were struggling with and some of your breakthroughs.
Yeah, so for me, I literally had just like an awakening after I started working with you, Monique. And I met Monique during the time, as you mentioned, a difficult time. I had just lost my child. I was 8 months pregnant. My baby was stillborn. And I was really in this place of just like depression, just feeling sorry for myself. Woe was me. And I met Monique at this event. But prior to the event, after I lost my child, I remember laying at home in the bed, and I turned on Fox News or 32 something, and I see this beautiful woman doing the show called Perspectives, and I see a tattoo on her, and I'm thinking like, wow. I said, I never seen the news lady with a tattoo. That's what I'm thinking in my head. And I'm like, wow, she's beautiful. And I'm just looking, I'm tuned in to the show, not knowing that a few months later I would meet her live in person at this event, at this women's conference. So move forward, I signed up on her mailing list. I began to get these emails, and I remember the email exactly because I have it printed out. And the email says that her husband, and her son were in a shoe store, and they're getting ready to buy TJ some shoes. And she's talking with this saleswoman, and she can see that the woman wanted more. So I'm sitting at Northwestern University as an oncology nurse, giving chemo to patients who are dying of cancer. And I'm sitting there at my desk and tears are coming down my eyes. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want. I want more. And I really didn't understand time or what that even meant. But all I knew is I had to invest, and I wanted to have what this woman, Monique Caradine Kitchens, had. I'm like, I need what she has. And so it was a divine connection. And from there, my life catapulted. And the biggest takeaway for me with working with Monique all of these years is clarity and being unapologetic. And so I had clarity around what did I want as a nurse, how much money I wanted to make, what did I see myself doing in the future? What was it how did I want people to feel when they were around me? And how did I want to help change other people's lives? And so I wanted to share my stories, my pitfalls, my downfalls, my bankruptcies, my child stillborn, my everything that I was going through. I knew I had to share that with the world because I didn't go through that just for me, right? And so Monique helped me gain clarity around it. And so once I began to gain clarity, my world shifted. And when it shifted, it was on from there. Yeah.
It was on, and you went on to work with other coaches and other mentors. You've spoken all around the world. You've built this brand. Now you have a group of coaches that you mentor and support and help. And it's just amazing. When I look at each and every one of you and what you've been able to do, above and beyond our work together, but just having the confidence of knowing, okay, I am afraid to take this next step, but I'm going to take it because I know Elle knows that she can call me, or she can call Lakeisha, or she can call whoever her mentor is in that moment, and say, I need some support. Can you help me work through this? And that is the power of having a community, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I always say that every winner needs a coach. If you look at the best and the brightest in the world, from athletes to business professionals, every single one of them has a coach. Nobody is reaching high levels of success on their own. And Lakeisha, I just love your story that you shared the other day about how, you know, you started Girls Like Me, right? After our work together, and now you are positioned to get a huge grant. Talk a little bit about that. That's great news. We gotta, come on, y'all. Let's celebrate.
Yes. Oh, yes. Well, first of all, let me just say that when I came to you, Mo, for the BFF Mastermind, my dream was simply to write a book. Simply to write a book, because I was a producer and I knew I had something to share about coming up as a girl like me, right? And that book would free some girls, is what I believe. And through the work with you, that is how that book idea became an organization. So I came with the dream, and as Elle was saying earlier, to start small. You start with what you have in your heart. God
Mm,
will tell you what He has for your dream, because
mm.
our mind cannot even
Yes.
fathom what it is He holds for us. So you just have to acknowledge that, as Priscilla said, something is stirring in you, and you may not be able to see the whole thing, right? You may have that small thing, but once you move towards that small thing, God will reveal what the big thing is. And so, yes, that book idea dream became a non-for-profit. It's a girls serving non-for-profit advocacy, digital media, and storytelling um, organization, and it's a global organization now. This time last year we were headed to Ghana. We created a global partnership in Kumasi, Ghana, with Bridges to Africa Connections. Um, and this year, we have received $100,000 grant, our first one.
Yes.
Uh,
Wait, one hundred
and
thousand
in fact,
dollars. Look how she just
yes.
said over that, y'all. She just had a $100,000 grant.
And in fact, I will tell you, through the years, progressively, we've gotten more and more and more support. But this year, 2020, while COVID has ravaged our country, while social unrest and injustice have plagued us, Girls Like Me is thriving. We have really come into some new support. We've gotten the most support ever this year, and so I know that I wouldn't have. Um, Created this, right? I just thought, I'll write this book and I would do some workshops and some speaking engagements here and there, right? I had no idea that I would create a legacy. And I know Oprah and Maya says, don't think about what your legacy is, but what I know is when I leave this earth, they'll in the history books. I'll be listed. I'll be listed as a woman in Chicago who created this event to connect girls all throughout the world for Chicago Day of the Girl. It's been recognized by Congress, United States Congress. It's on the record.
Wow.
I know that we are the first community organization for Black girls unapologetically to start a podcast. We just announced that news today. So our girls are trained to tell their own stories. They're trained to give voice and representation. And Mo, being in media, being in storytelling, how huge it is to see yourself, but not just to see ourselves. Right now, they know that they have the power to tell it themselves. They don't have to wait for somebody else to ask them for their story. They can tell it, and I'm just proud of that. I'm proud to be able to move beyond my limitations to serve girls in a mighty powerful way. And today, I'm celebrating myself because we don't do that often. And I can do that because I have you all to remind me of those accomplishments.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is powerful. Congratulations.
Thank
Wow,
you.
wow, wow. High five, high five, high five. So proud of you and so honored to call you a friend. Because again, I mean, you're touching people all around the world because you had the courage to step into your purpose. And again, there's levels to it because I believe you're going to do so much more. There's so much more on the horizon. But just by taking one step, you open up the door for so much more to happen. Elle, what is the next step? What do you see, right, as a part of the vision for your future?
So first, before I answer that question, I just want to say this struck me as Priscilla was talking, and then listening to Lakeisha and listening to all of us, right? We all have stories.
Yeah.
Everybody has a story to tell. Your purpose is often connected to your story. We don't always want to receive it. We don't always want to accept it, but it's the reality, no matter what it is. And so whether you've gone through poverty, whether you have lost jobs, whether you have lost a loved one, whatever it is, that is often connected to what you're supposed to do, right? And so I have finally owned that, right? So, I don't tell people I'm a widow for pity or for sympathy. I tell people I'm a widow because it's my story. It is a part of who I am, and it's part of the reason why I make the decisions that I make now, because I have a child to think about. I have, so all of those things come into play. And so I know that, like, my why is so much bigger than me and so much bigger than I'm always willing to accept, right? I know that. And so I know that there are books, like I've been a co-author, but the books that I'm supposed to write, and I didn't say books,
right?
Yeah, like the books that I'm supposed to write, right? About multiple things. They still have to come. There are documentaries that I want to do. There are podcasts that I want to do. Like, there are all of these things that I want to do to help bring other women's stories to life, right? So it's not just about me being a widow, but y'all, do y'all know how many 30-something and 40-something-year-old Black women have become widows?
Yeah.
I was 36.
Yeah.
That was 6 years ago, and I'm still meeting women in that space. Like, their stories need to be told.
Absolutely.
And so there's so much more. And I have to remember, and I'm so glad, like, I reminded myself today of what you told me, of that starting small. So I can't say I can't do it because I don't have all the tools, right? Because I can start a podcast from my phone right now, right? Like,
okay, right.
What you waiting for? Let's do it.
Right.
So I just, and so that's the thing, like that has been the theme for this week, this month. And, for those of you that follow me, like, I'm doing a resilience series this month. I am putting posts out every single day about what it means to be resilient, because that's a part of it. Right. Like, that's a part of the journey, is how do we bounce back from those things? So there is so much more to come.
Everybody here is just like a treasure trove of stuff to give to the world, and and that's why you need other people to help you with that, because sometimes it's so much stuff. Elle and I, we had this conversation many times. It's like, oh my God, I want to do this, I want to do that. Where do I even begin? And it's like, you need that person that says, okay, let's start here. Then we'll do that. Then we'll do this. Now we'll work on that and help you really break it down, Priscilla, into what exactly your next step should be, right? And again, that's where Erica's brilliance comes in. Iris is there to make your space beautiful. So as you create all this magic in the world, you've got a space that promotes that creativity. Priscilla, did you ever believe that, 6 years ago, you would be where you are now doing the work that you're doing?
Oh, absolutely not. No, so I started working with Monique in 2011. That's when we started our first mastermind, right? No, I in a million years. And now, just looking at this journey, it's almost like a blink. It's just like, wow, look how far we've come. Even just hearing Lakeisha and how she just came into the mastermind, wanting to write a book. And I can remember us writing down our goals. And
Yeah.
then and even now where we are, and how we had to just shift along the way. Some things worked, some didn't, and then you shift. We didn't give up. We just
That's right.
we evolve, right? And
That's
so we
right.
grow. And so now, I mean, as I look at the nurses I get to work with and started my Nurses Prayer podcast that reached 7 countries, you guys. Like it blows my mind. I
You
just
better,
can't even
That's,
I
yeah,
can't
we got
even
you need
fathom
to
it,
stop. You need to
right?
stop and clap on that
we got to give it
Yeah.
up for that.
I mean,
one.
that's just amazing to me. And even just thinking about my most recent book that I wrote and just the things that I'm doing, even me moving here to Florida, that was because of Monique Caradine Kitchens. And let me tell you why. Then I'm gonna stop talking. Like literally, when we went to the Overflow retreat, and even before that, I want to say me and my husband came back for a vacation to hang out with Monique and her husband. First of all, Monique is just that open, right? And
Right.
we're there, and me and my husband dreaming. We dreaming big. We like, oh my God, Puerto Rico is the bomb. Palm trees, sunshine, water, right? Now we already had desires. We would sit down and dream and watch HGTV and say, one day we're gonna live close to the beach. One day we're gonna be able to go out and not have to worry about winter coats and hats and scarves and gloves. Until it becoming a reality, and even being here 3 years, I credit that to Monique Caradine and Tony Kitchens. Like I have to think, I have to pinch myself sometimes, and I say that to all of that to say that you need someone who's going to pull those desires out, but not only pull them out, who's going to be accountable to taking action and doing what it is you want to do. Because the reality is, we all have desires. But the question is, are we around small-minded people that's going to kill those dreams? As this dream big jam, right? Or are we going to be around those who's going to nurture our dreams, who's going to grow our dreams and say, hey, why not? Why you can't move to Florida? What's stopping you? What's holding you back? And so I was holding my own self back because of thoughts in my head. I'm leaving somebody behind. Oh, I'm leaving my mother. I'm leaving my family member. And guess what? My family okay. They okay. They got somewhere to come visit. I said all that to say that we literally have to just be mindful of who we share our dreams with and connect with somebody like Monique that can help water and help grow those dreams.
Amen. Amen. That's powerful. So many gems in what you said, Priscilla, about the accountability and Iris. I know for you, accountability is important. How has accountability helped you? And then after I get Iris to answer this question, I want to do like a little mini mastermind because I want to show people how it works. And I will just use like a goal that I have as an example. Y'all up for that?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Iris, take a second. By the way, this is the Dream Big Jam. What we're doing here is we're getting positioned for 2021 by reconnecting you to your dreams, eliminating, destroying any obstacle that stands in your way, whether it's procrastination, fear, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know where to start. All of that, we've covered all of that in this whole summit. And now you're getting to see what it looks like when you actually step into these dreams that you have. When you look at these 5 women and you hear their stories, it is amazing what happens in the world. Like an entirely different realm opens up when you step into your dreams, right? So you step into your dreams, not because you owe it to anybody else, but you step into your dreams because that is what your soul came here to do. You have a dream, you have a purpose, you have a vision. Your spirit came here to achieve that. So we can't let our head talk us out of what's in our hearts to do.
Ooh, yes.
When you step into it, you open it up. Somebody said earlier that your dream is not for you, it's for other. Your mission, your story is not for you, it's for other people. And that is powerful, right? So that's what we're trying to unlock because we want 2021 to be the year. After we've gotten through this, I don't even know what the word is. After a year like this, we owe it to ourselves to step into our dream fully. If you survive 2020, come on now,
Right.
you only get one life. So let's step into the dream, the calling, the assignment on our life and live full out from this point forward. Okay, that's what this is all about. So Iris, accountability, and then
Yeah.
y'all help me real quick work through a thing. How important is accountability for you in your business?
Well, specifically for me, and I know I can attest to each and every one of you ladies hold me accountable to me, uh, literally operating and working in my gift or operating in my gift. Every single one of you have held me accountable to not allowing me to think small, to making sure I have what I need, I'm going to have. And I think that it's so important for us to know that you have to surround yourself with like-minded individuals that can be your accountability. I mean, I love each and every one of you, but some of those times when the accountability is not there, they got to hold you to it.
That's right.
Sometimes it's not going to always feel good, but what I know that I can get from each one of you is the ability to be able to say, hey, Iris, listen, where are you at? What are you doing? Or I can come to you all and say, hey, I need help with this. Or it is the accountability part is just almost like having an arm or a leg. It's a component that is necessary for
Right.
you to be able to move, for you to be
Exactly.
able to kind of continue to operate in your gift or head to your dream. So accountability is cannot be taken lightly. You have to gain some accountability from those around or select those around that will give you exactly what you need.
Absolutely.
Mo,
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I was gonna just say that accountability is like your uh-oh, my phone.
You here? I can hear you.
Okay, so I was saying that accountability is like your immune system for your dream, right?
Hmm.
You have to have a healthy accountability
Yes,
system
yes,
in
yes.
order to really fortify your dream. Because you can live without accountability. Like your dream can, it can stumble along. It can be laid up on a crutch, or it can be on a sick bed. It can definitely do that. But if you want your dream to be out here in flight and really manifesting fully to its fullest potential, you have to have accountability. You have to. So it's like your CMOS, your echinacea, it's like your elderberry. It's all of those things. Everything is
Exactly.
related to COVID, right?
Right. It's the currency. It's the currency of your future.
Yes,
Accountability is like the
yes.
currency. It's the thing that says, you said you're going to do this. Okay, now let's get it done.
Mhm.
You can't back down. You can't shrink back. You can't say, oh, make excuses. So here's a dream that I have right now. You're about to see a mastermind at work.
Come on,
This
let's
is
go.
what it looks like.
Okay.
So,
Let's go.
ladies, my dream is I want to continue to serve in this way on a bigger level, but I have a dream of creating a documentary, and I want it to be on Netflix. Okay.
Mhm,
I want to tell stories of women just like us
mhm.
who have taken their money story to a whole different level, and I need to get that on Netflix. Who do you know? Where do I start? I got the production thing down pat. I got that. Who do I need to talk to? Who do you know? Now, I haven't told them, but I was going to do this in advance, y'all. Did I? Did I mention this in advance?
No.
Okay. In a mastermind, it's magical because you everybody is less than 6 degrees of separation from the person that you need. So
Mhm.
who is it that I need to speak to take my next step? And what do you think my next step should be, team?
Well, I have like two different people who I know have connections at Netflix, so I'll send those to you, and you can figure out because one of them has had their documentary on. Well, they've been featured in a documentary on Netflix, so I'll put you in contact with that person.
Thank you. Thank you
And
very
I would like to add, Monique, that have you started creating the content for your documentary?
Okay, it's here.
Okay. So what I want to challenge you today is to
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
She
start
froze.
gathering that. Oh,
You froze.
can you hear me now?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Start gathering that content. Start gathering that content So when Lakeisha give you those names, you can send them samples of your work. So
Okay.
start to gather that, as soon as possible.
Okay.
And you already do the kind of trailers. So just create that trailer, that big epic trailer that you can use as, the pitch.
Okay. Iris, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and Monique, yes, your network, you know a lot of people. But what I will say, when you consistently continue to do the work, continue to do what you're doing right now, you can't believe how some connections come that you will never ever imagine come. But you have to just continue to do the work. I think you and I we listened to a sermon by a minister that says, just continue to do the work.
Yes.
There's all those components that are there. You just got to continue. Do this, do your podcast, do your YouTubing, continue, because you never know how that connection comes to get you to where exactly what you need. The content, all of that, you have to do that. Just do not stop doing the work so that you are ready when that connection comes, you're ready to go.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
And this is something new that's just come out. It's the Clubhouse app, right?
Uh-huh.
And you won't believe the conversations and the connections and the collaborations and the investments that are happening on the spot in this Clubhouse, right? But one thing that I'm noticing is that, and everybody says is, like, create these relationships before the ask, right? And Mo, you're good at that. Like, you have a whole platform that is not just you asking somebody to put you on, but hey, listen, you need to be on my platform to talk about your role at Netflix. So I'm inviting you, who head of vice president
I know that's
of
right, Keisha.
negotiations,
Love it.
whoever, to be on Sisternomics so we can talk about this. And then gradually that conversation, you'll find out. Because let me say this, Mo, Netflix may be your dream, but God may have something even bigger for you.
Yes.
So you may find that, the politics of Netflix, or, the groove or what they look for isn't right for your message. And who knows, right? Who knows if it'll land wherever on Tyler Perry, if it'll be in a massive release, right?
Yes.
So just start off with those, knowing that you already have a platform to offer, and then inviting different people, not just from Netflix, but those people in those various roles. You can have a whole thing like you're doing now. These 5 boxes can be full of women who are in roles, acquisition roles at streaming platforms.
That's a great
And you
idea.
can talk about that. So that's how you can do that too.
That's cute.
Exactly.
Man. Okay, so
together. I have one more thing. I don't know if anybody said this. Did anybody mention David Talbert and Jingle Jangle?
No, but
so there's an article that you definitely have to read about David Talbert has been writing this story. He's been writing Jingle Jangle for years, right? And everybody's been denying him or giving him like a $2,000, giving him some crazy low budget. And then when he finally did meet with Netflix, they were like, dream as big as you want to, right? Like they were like, dream big. So I'm telling you that, number one, because it's a great article for inspiration. But number two, you have to dream bigger than like the biggest that you've ever dreamt before, right? Because you can't limit yourself and say, I don't have this, or I'm not sure if we can do, like, yes, you have the production side, but whatever you want to accomplish with it, whoever you want to interview with it, however worldwide you want it to go, you have to make sure that you're like thinking that big. Because somebody, whether like what Keisha said, whether it's Netflix or somebody else, when you keep working at it, like, and this has been years in the making, right?
So, but that leads me to the next question, and we don't have to talk a long time about this, but I was going to talk about funding. Is it a crowdfunding thing, or is it to get somebody to invest the entire amount? Like, off the top of your head, what do you think, Lakeisha, is the best route to take for funding?
So again, get your trailer together.
Okay.
Get your trailer together of what it looks like, because like I said, on Clubhouse, and then there's Black Girl Ventures, I think it is BGV. They do pitching all the time, and they get these angel investors together to come and fund Black women driven ideas. And so once you do that, who knows the route? It may be as simple as a conversation with somebody that say, "Oh, I got that. I got your whole seed money."
And that's no money.
I was
Exactly.
yep. And I was watching last night. I rewatched History Makers was showing Ossie Davis and Ruby Dee's interview with Angela Davis, and they talked about Spike Lee's the years he spent in the industry trying to get funding for all his films, but specifically for Malcolm X, and how the funds just start coming in from other. Right. So I think even with the women you had, and they know, they will attest to it. We can attest to what you've done for us, but this Systenomics thing is a whole nother level. And the women you have there also have platforms and also have money, and they can be your ambassadors to say, here is my initial investment and here's my network investment, and I will share this with you. Because they already know what you can do. They already know the followers that they get after they are on your platform. They already know, the other people who sign up for their programs because of you once they're on Systenomics. So reach to them, and I think the funding will just flow to you. Mo, that's something I want you to talk about to the people who are watching, because we talk about divine alignment. That's one of the modules, right? Yes. And it's not about attracting or pulling or trying to wave your hands to say, I'm over here, but naturally things flow to you because of how you are operating. Yes. And because you have been operating, Mo, and I don't know how vulnerable you want to get right now for your listeners, but I'll share mine. But there are times when we are stuck with an idea, as you always say, dream so big that it scares you. And we get stuck in that fear for sometimes years. We can sit. I'm sure David Talbert sat with that jingle jangle thing and didn't say anything and didn't move on it for years because of the complexity, the bigness, and also just the when you've been in the game a long time, Mo, like you have, like a lot of us have, when we were the first to start in something and it's changed, right? It's made the transition. You kind of get afraid, like, am I too old, or am I too out? Are my thoughts outdated on this thing? And it'll keep you in this holding pattern. I remember a call with us talking before Systenomics. Priscilla, it was the three-way, and we were talking about your idea for this network and for all of this, like this platform of media, and it's changed, right? It's evolved, but you were in a holding pattern at the time because of that. So I want you to think about that piece that is when it becomes so clear to you, right? Is no more. It's very clear. Things are going to move the way it's supposed to move.
They're already moving. They're already moving. And
that's because action begets action, right?
Yes.
So action
Yes.
begets action. So once you start, and it's crazy because my husband used to journal. He used to write these blogs, and he wrote a blog about that, about just motion, right? Once you get things in motion and it keeps going. And I shared that on his program and at his funeral services. And I was just like, goodness, if I can keep this in my head all the time, right? If I can get out of my own way and like just put the action to it. Because once you put the action, then you never know. Like Lakeisha said, you don't know where that stuff is coming from.
And the thing that ties right into that, action begets action. And also looking at the bigness of your vision and your dream and your goal. The bigger the dream that you have, the bigger the calling on your life, the harsher the attacks that come at you.
And they do come.
I mean, who can relate to that? Like, honestly, every single one of us have faced type of attack where your mind, it comes in the form of depression, anxiety, fear,
help.
Yeah.
health. It's,
Yeah.
so when you got a big calling on your life, you're going to get attacked. So being able, Iris, to recognize that and to say, okay, I'm under attack. I know that's because my vision is big. That should give you even more purpose to say, I'm going to continue to stay in motion, no
Yes.
matter what, Iris. Go
I
ahead.
do want to say, Monique, and for your listeners, knowing that we are all in a place that we can speak of the amazing work that we've been able to do. Please do not miscount that the journey for us to get to where we're at and where we're continuing to go has not always been smooth.
No,
And
ma'am.
when you get into those seasons where it seems like, man, I cannot make a decision to move, and you might just have to be still. You
Yes.
might be in a season where you have to be still so you can gain whatever it is you need to be able to make that next step. But I often want to tell people the journey is just as much a part of success as it is the success. You have to go through in order to get to wherever it is you're going.
Yeah.
I was
Monique,
in that.
can I
I
add?
was in that. Go ahead, Priscilla.
I'm sorry, Lakeisha. I just want to add real quick. So, Mo, I want to challenge you to write down, put your goals in chunk-sized bites, right? In biteable pieces. So, I want you to write down exactly when you're going to have your first set of content done. I want you to write down exactly.
Erica, put that up on the screen. That's my accountability. Okay, this is the accountability.
Right. So we can talk about it all day, but we got to take some action, right? So I want you to write down exactly the date, put a date to it, Mo.
Ooh.
So listen, I'm using your own technique on you. So
yeah, she's coming for you.
So put down an actual date that you plan on having this content created. Now it don't have to be next week or next month or whatever, but put a date to it. So you can look at that date and know when you're gonna have this created. I also want you to write down who Lakeisha's gonna connect you to these individuals. Write down a date on when you're gonna contact each person, right? Whether it's email, however you're gonna contact them. You need to actually write that down. Okay, and then you want to actually write down, Mo, what does that look like? Have you wrote down what it looks like, what that content look like? Do you want to tell the stories of Black women like you're doing today on this platform? Do you want to share the work that you've done in Kenya? Do you want to share the work that you and your husband do to build communities? What do you want to share? What does that look like? How do people feel when they watch your content? Who is your target audience? Yes. Who do you want to reach? Yes. All of that. Write that down and put a date to it, Mo.
Got it.
And Mo,
okay.
Thank you. What is the money dream or the money story around the globe? Yes. So you have women who you work with in Puerto Rico. What's their money story? What's the thread that threads all of us together with our money story? What's the money story of the women in Kenya who are creating beads in their own economy? What's the money story of somebody on the south side of Chicago who would dare to move to Puerto Rico? Like, tell the big story. And I think of you, Mo, like I think of in my book, You're the Block, number 7, I believe.
Yeah.
And you didn't send in a headshot, a traditional headshot to be included in a book. Baby, your picture and movie on the block is laid up on the yacht.
I was like, hers is on the yacht, right?
On the yacht. And somebody said that, I don't know if that's really somebody want to be. Oh, that is professional. That's professional, baby, because that's her profession. That is her living her life on her terms. So are you looking at women who are able to use their own terms for wealth and the definition of wealth? Like, you can do so much more. You can have content from a yacht. You invite these women on the yacht. Interview them.
Yes.
Like, don't do anything traditional. Don't get out of the format of traditional. We are breaking the mold. We are moving beyond the blocks of traditional. So let's get it. Let's get it.
Yes.
Like that.
Can we take this mastermind even when it's over offline? Like I'm ready for it.
Hey,
my God.
I'll
Ladies,
train you.
if you've never been in a mastermind, please join a
Yeah.
mastermind. This is what you get. This is what you get.
Yeah.
This is the real, and this is completely organic.
Yes.
And the reason that this is so valuable is that you get women in the mastermind. And the way I do my masterminds, I always ask for applications. Like some of the people here are coming back into the mastermind. Iris is coming back into the mastermind. Lakeisha is coming back into the mastermind. Yes, we're friends and that we can always talk offline, but they're investing in themselves through this mastermind. They are paying the registration. Why? Not because of me, because they can talk to me free anytime. But they're investing in themselves because they value the brilliance that's going to be in the group, right? And they know that their dream is worth the investment.
Yeah. Yes.
Mo, y'all know I talk a lot, but can I say this one thing, Priscilla?
Yes,
Do you remember Mo recommended for us to go her coach's live retreat? Now I'm gonna have I'm trying not to cry. But Mo unselfishly shared her coach with us, not intimidated that her coach would steal us away from her, not intimidated by anything, but just she was getting this goodness and she wanted it for all of us as well. And so Priscilla and I and another one of the mastermind ladies went into this environment. Now we were probably, Priscilla, maybe 7 Black women in a room of 200 other women from all over the world, Australia and Denmark, right? And these women were talking about how they were making 6 figures, reading palms, talking to horses. I'm
looking at light.
Yoga, yoga instructors. And I'm not exaggerating, and they were not lying. Right? But we were so afraid when we went there. Our little minds were thinking,
and phantom,
couldn't even fathom 5 figures regularly, right? This shifted for us. So that picture of you, Mo, on a yacht, for us, because we've invested and you expanded our network and expanded our reality. We know that is nothing. That's possible.
Normal.
It's possible.
It's a normal thing. Whereas other people who don't have this kind of circle, who, they same people are at the same coffee shop in the same vicinity, nobody had that type of eye opener. This is what you get from investing, not just in any old mastermind. Let's just be very clear about that. Right. A mastermind that is going to elevate you beyond what you can get anywhere. Your mastermind shouldn't be common. It shouldn't be something you can walk to the local coffee house and be a part of, right? It should be something that is so expansive. Somebody in that group has to have that expansiveness that everybody then can branch out, because that'll inspire everybody else to branch out. So Priscilla can then come back and talk about what's happening in Dubai and 7 continents, and talking about having her work in these different places. Iris can talk about what it's like to redecorate and design the interior of a multi-million-dollar mansion.
Making it luxury.
Making it luxury. These are the things that we can talk about, right? Because of investing in the right type of mastermind.
I do want to echo something. When you come in the first time, on this journey, right? Because it's a journey.
Yeah.
You, like Iris said, I believe, where we started and where we are now, where we're going to, what you thought was possible, how you didn't have aspirations for certain things. I remember when I was just by myself, and the idea of hiring somebody to work on my team was like, no, that's not possible. I'm doing it I take care myself. I have 2 part-time virtual assistants that help me right now. I say that to say that as you continue to drink from the well of coaching and getting with different women to support you, what becomes your desires, your dreams get bigger. I remember thinking, oh, I just want to make so much. Now I'm like, honey,
Look,
4 million, 500,000 on my way to 7 figures. And I told my husband,
Yes.
I said, you know, I'm actually getting an appetite for that.
Yes.
If I really want to do it, I can do that. And so I
Appetite.
can say that even though your vision may be here,
Mhm.
if you connect with these women, if you allow yourself to invest in yourself,
Yes.
your vision will go from here to whatever you desire you want to do.
yes.
Yeah.
Right? Only you control that. There is no
Yeah.
sin, there is no limitation, there is no glass there.
Come
It's
on.
only the limitation that's within yourself.
That's it.
So these
Yeah.
groups help break those barriers for you.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
best thing I can tell you. And there's no quote unquote magic pill or one solution, because what happens in the seed that gets planted from the coach to the women as the exchange,
Yes.
what happens on the inside of you is just like when you color your hair. Think about it this way. We both get the same box, number 101.
Mm-hmm.
We put it in our hair, and how it comes out
Yeah.
is totally
Different.
unique to the colors, the tints, the
Right.
chemicals in our body. So it'll look a little different on you than it do on her. So the
Right.
experience that you have here, there is no, oh, it's going to look like this. No, it's going to look like completely what you want it to look like. And I just want to encourage you ladies that there is no limitation.
None.
Yes, no limitation. And
None.
even Erica, I'm so glad you said that, because even if you work a job, all the ladies on here, I'm sure you're not entrepreneurs. All of you aren't entrepreneurs yet. You may work a job, right?
Mhm.
I'm one that still work a job because I actually love nursing. I love what I do. However, being a part of Monique's mastermind helped me even open up my mindset that I just don't have to work at the bedside as a nurse. Do you know when she opened up my mindset, and I'm working at the hospital with a 30-minute lunch, running around like a chicken with my head off, trying to figure out, oh my God, I'm so tired. When I became a part of Monique Mastermind, I said, listen, I'm going out for what I want. I want to make 6 figures. I want to work from my house. I want to be able to have a flexible time. Listen, I can still do other things, because guess what? The people who making 6 figures ain't working hard. Just know that. The people who are making 6 figures ain't going into the office.
Come on.
The people who work at 6 figures and making 6 figures, they is not answering to nobody. You doing your own thing. Now, I say all that to say that wasn't even possible for me, because all I thought was hospital. Again, no dish to nurses in the hospital. I say this all the time. But what I'm saying is it's even greater for you when you have somebody to peel back the layers and open up your mind. So when I was share with Monique, I don't want to work hard. Okay, so what is it that you want to do? Okay, so then I started positioning myself where I know how to go and negotiate. You bring back a 6-figure number, and I'm a negotiate that. Let's take that up a little higher.
Yes.
Right.
And guess what? They gave me what I wanted. It was already 6 figures. I could have said, okay, well, I'll just stick with that. No, I want to. This is what I deserve. This is for my time, for my value, for my expertise. But that's how I had the confidence to do that, from working with a coach.
Wow.
Working with a coach.
That is
and Priscilla's story,
crazy.
Priscilla's story is so amazing, because Priscilla,
like
Priscilla did, and I want people to know it's not somewhere you just take off like.
No,
right?
No.
It's a runway. It's like an airplane, right? You on the runway. It's going fast. You in that lift off. You in that acceleration, and then you can go to the highest altitude. Some of us are just at the runway taking off. Some of us at 20,000. Some of us at 50. Some of us at 100,000. Some of us is landing, coming back down, getting ready to take off again. So Priscilla's, what she won't share, and why you should follow the people in Monique's circle. This is not even everybody. We got Nicole, Muhammad, a whole bunch of people. But the reason you should follow is because Priscilla went from the hospital into corporate. Remember, Priscilla, you went to Walgreens. Remember that? And that was huge. So every time, and we didn't just invest in one mastermind. We continue every mastermind because your dream is elevating. You're
Elevating.
seeing that
Yes.
this dream is not big enough. I
Right.
need
Yeah.
to get to the next level.
Yes.
And I've outgrown that dream. Get to the next
Yes.
level. So
Yes.
Priscilla's iterations have completely, oh
Yeah.
baby, we could talk spirituality up in this piece. We can
Yes.
talk about
Time so saved.
the eyesight and the things that I truly believe. I'm a person who believes in divine alignment. I'm a person who believes in spirituality and the connection to business and
Yeah.
where your spirit is. And the things that we've had happen to us, I truly, firmly believe that they are guides from God.
Yes.
They're signs. We could
Yes.
talk about storms. We could talk about health. We could talk about vision challenges. Oh, we got it all up in here. This is not
Right.
the picnic. There's been some rain on our parade.
Right.
I think people need to know that it's not always, the takeoff is not always easy. It's been a lot of rain on our parade.
Yes.
Turbulence.
Turbulence coming.
Turbulence.
Yes.
But the thing is, to be a part of a community
Yeah.
that you can look at somebody else's testimony and be inspired by the sister
Yes.
next to you.
Yes.
Not not in competition, not threatened by it, but inspired. Like, yes, you can celebrate authentically.
Right.
The only woman on this call who I knew before I joined was Monique. And Monique was in a position as like a big sister kind of boss, kind of almost, right? She was always in leadership, right? I didn't know any of these women. I have true connections to all of them.
Yes.
Priscilla and I,
One of my best friends.
my best friend, through this mastermind, because I believe the women who are called, if you feel a stirring right now while you're sitting there, if you feel connected to any of this, some may not, but those who do, this is the organic, divine time and space. You are watching this for a reason.
Yeah.
The Most High has you placed here watching this because this is divine.
Amen to that. That's powerful. Oh my God. I wish we could go on and on and on because this is so inspiring for me just to sit here and listen. And I'm just grateful and for everything that's been said. I mean, it is just, I'm not going to, okay.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I felt it when Lakeisha was talking.
No. It's okay if you
But
do.
it's okay to embrace that.
Do, because you have to lean into where you are and give that space and give it presence.
Yes,
and it's
be
okay.
present. It's okay.
But the thing is, I mean, it's remarkable. It's remarkable because, I mean, the truth is this, is that all of us are smart and resourceful. Everybody watching this is smart and resourceful. And we know how to figure things out. So eventually you would get to where you want to go eventually, because that's just who you are, right? But when it's just easier and happens faster and smoother when you have a community around you. And that's what I value so much in each of you. The gift and the blessing that you have been in my life has been enormous. And it's just been an honor to serve you. And I'm just excited for all of us. All of us have a vision and a goal, and we have something to bring into the world. And those of you listening, I mean, Priscilla talked about accountability. Priscilla literally did exactly what I was hoping somebody would do. Like put a time stamp on that. Okay,
right.
Let's go have this done, Monique. And that's important. And so that's what I want to say to each of you right now. If you're listening and you're watching this and you've enjoyed this conversation, I want to invite you guys to come into the Inner Millionaire Mastermind, because that's the next step. You know, for some of you, you know, the 3 days that we have been here, that I've been here serving you and supporting you and helping you break down the obstacles that are standing in your way. For some of you, that's enough. That's more than enough for you to get through 2021 to do whatever it is that you came here to do. And if that's enough for you, then that's great. But I can't help but imagine that there's somebody out there who wants this.
Yes.
Right? I can't help but imagine that there's somebody out there who wants more than just the tips and the strategies. There's somebody that wants community, accountability. They want to be stretched. They want to be expanded. They want to be pulled into you. You want people that's going to say, look here, no, you're not gonna not do nothing. We're going to have some productivity. You're going to take one step toward your dream this week. You know, let me help you. What do you need? How can I support you? If that's something that is meaningful for you and that you value and you really want to show up bigger in 2021, not for other people, but for yourself, then Erica, let's invite them. Let's extend this invitation. The Inner Millionaire Mastermind is going to be starting soon. And in this mastermind, because some people are listening like, what is a mastermind? They keep talking about a mastermind. What is that? Well, it is a community. It is where two or more minds come together. And when those two minds come together, there's always a third divine mind. So obviously you got more than two minds. You got 6 minds right here. And there's always a 7th mind that's there, the mind of God, if you will, if you're a Christian, if you believe in a higher power. That higher power, the mind of that higher power is always in our midst to help give the wisdom and the guidance that we need to achieve what it is we want to achieve, right? That's the whole point. So in a mastermind, you go from being isolated on your own by yourself to having a trusted inner circle. In a mastermind, you go from not knowing where to start because you're one of those people that has a humongous dream to knowing the exact next step. You see how they broke it down for me when I talked about my Netflix dream? So you go from not knowing what to do to knowing exactly what to do. You go from no support in your dream because maybe you don't have people around you that understand your dream. They don't understand entrepreneurship. They don't understand the things that you talk about or have in your heart. You go from that to having high level accountability that you need to reach and exceed your goals. How powerful is that? So if that's something that you are interested in, that you value, then I want to invite you to become a part of the Inner Millionaire Mastermind, because being a millionaire is an inside game first. And we are taking applications right now. It's going to be a small group. It's going to be a group of 12, okay? 12 women in this group. And 4 seats have already been claimed. And after this, I know that this group is going to fill up. I already know that. There are only 12 spaces. 4 seats have been claimed. So there are 8 remaining spaces. You do have to apply for this mastermind. And that is because in a mastermind, there are a couple of things that are key. And I wrote them down. Let me see if I can find them in my notes. There are a couple of things that are key in a mastermind: compatibility, connection, ability, and cohesion, right? Those are some of the things that are key. You got to be compatible. You got to be a big thinker. So this isn't for you necessarily. If you're the type of person that you don't really know what you want to do, you don't really know what your passion is, you don't really know like where you want to go, this isn't the program for you. I have other programs for that type of person. And there's no judgment because everybody's at a different stage, right? But if you know what your dream is, you know what that thing is that's in your heart, that's connected to your calling, your assignment, your passion, but you just need the support to help get there, then I want you to come on. I want to invite you into this community. I want to invite you into the love that you will get in addition to the training and the mindset strategies to help you take your mindset to a different level, because it all starts right here. You already got what you need in here in your heart, but then you got to get up in here and rewrite some of those stories. And so if you know what your dream is, if you know what your passion is, if you value your dream and your calling to the point that you're ready to invest so that you can get accountability, connection, and all the things that you need, your next steps, then I want to invite you into this community. It is a community of love. It is a sacred space. It is a place where you can break down if you need to, and we'll build you back up. We're going to call you out. We're going to call you to the carpet. If you're dragging your feet, we're going to let you know. We're not going to let you play small in the world, period. So I want you to, Erica, put that picture back on the screen. Submit your application today. It takes 2 minutes to fill it out. Submit the application today. Take a picture of that screen right there and go to bit.ly/Inner Millionaire app. Take a picture of that screen right now. We'll keep it up there for a second. Take a picture, take 2 minutes, fill out the application. We're going to do one-on-one phone calls just to make sure it's a good fit, because we want the right people in this group. And I want you guys to join me so that we can do at least 1 to 2 jumpstart calls before the end of the year to get you ready so that when you step into 2021, you already got some things in place. You already got the ball rolling, if you will. Okay. Take a picture of that screen. Go fill out the application. It is available for you right now. And again, we need applications because we want to make sure that there's compatibility, connection. You got to be willing to make a commitment. That's the other C, commitment, because you got a mastermind group. Everybody is counting on the other to be present and to be committed to this group. It goes on for 90 days. It's a 90-day mastermind. And if you come into the mastermind, your business and your life will look very, very different within the next 90 days. Okay. Awesome. Great. Erica, is there anything else I need to say about that? I think that's it. Yeah, take a picture of that screen so you got it. I would love to work with you. I am as I said before, my role as a coach is one thing, but the calling on my life is to be a servant, a teacher, a messenger, and a midwife to your dreams. And that is exactly what I want to do for you. Okay. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us for the Dream Big Jam. This has been day 3. I'm so excited for all of my friends and sisters, clients, cohorts who have been here. I see all of you, your comments. Thank you so much for watching on Periscope and YouTube and Facebook. I want to end this big. Okay. Another one of my dreams, y'all. You ready to hear this dream? This is a kind of a silly dream, but I'm gonna ask my girls to help me out with this one. Another one of my dreams, I'm an old school hip hop head. I've always had this dream to perform one of my favorite hip hop songs. So I'm gonna need Lakeisha to come in, and I'm gonna need Iris. As a matter of fact, bring everybody in, Erica. Just bring them all in. Because I'm about to live out one of my dreams right now. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Come on now.
Ready.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm ready.
So Lakeisha is going to hit the bass line for me so we can round out this Dream Big Jam the right way. And
represent Gen X. Hip-hop generation.
One of my dreams has been to perform before a live audience.
Okay.
One of my favorite hip hop songs, Paid in Full by Eric B. and Rakim.
Let's go.
Now, mind you, I'm from the old school, so I don't know if I'm dancing that the young folk, but I'm about to live out one of my dreams right now. My girl's gonna help me out. Y'all ready? Lakeisha? Okay. Iris, clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. All right, y'all ready? Keep it going now. I think that Rakim is one of the dopest lyricists of all time. Plus, this is the only rap song I know all the words to. Here we go. Thinking of a master plan. Cause ain't nothing but sweat inside my hands. So I dig into my pocket, all my money is spent. I still covered up with men, so I got permission, leave my residence, thinking how can I get the damn president? Money. I used to be a
stick up kid.
All the previous things I did, I used to roll up. Hold up. Smiling. Still nothing move but the money. But now I learn to earn because I'm righteous. I feel great. So maybe y'all might just search for a 9 to 5. If I try, maybe I stay alive. So I'll walk up the street, whistling this, feeling out of place, because man knew I missed a pen and a paper, a stereo, a tape for me and Eric did a nice big plate of fish, which is my favorite. Because I don't like to think about getting paid, so I dig into the books on the rhymes that I made. I hesitate to see if I got pulled. Let's hit the studio because I'll pay.
Paid in full.
Yes.
Well, you gotta do the breakdown where he'd be like, yo, E, man, you ready?
Lakeisha, I didn't take into account the fact that there's a delay, and so we was gonna be a little offbeat and a little.
I think it came through. It came through. It was all
It's
good.
all
It was
good.
all good. I let you flow a cappella too, so you.
Yes. Oh my God, ladies, thank you guys so much.
Peggy Riggins said, "Ain't no party like an overflow party."
Oh, party, right?
Hey, I just lived a dream come true. So you right, Peggy. Ain't no party like an overflow party. I got the best team ever. Thank you guys so much. It's been a blast to hang out with you today. We went way longer than I.
Thank you.
It's absolutely been my pleasure. Thank you. I look forward to working with you guys in the Inner Millionaire Mastermind. One of the main things we're going to talk about is how to create your own economy, which is the thing that everybody needs to do. Thank you, Elle. Hey. Woo.
Everybody I got mine
right I have mine too.
Everybody got a copy of that book. Everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. It's been a blast. I love you all so much.
Love you
too, ladies. This has been great.
All right. Take care. Bye. Erica's going to put that picture back up on the screen. Fill out
Make sure y'all get in.
Today. Yes. Make sure you apply today. We're talking to people today. Take a picture of that. Go fill out your application. Let's get you in the Inner Millionaire Mastermind so that we can make your biggest dreams come true. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Erica, thank you for everything.